Today, we're diving deep into the world of cybersecurity, but maybe not the part you're thinking of. We're talking about ethical hackers. Now, forget everything you've seen in the movies. These are the real digital guardians, the good guys hired to protect our entire online world from the inside out.
Seriously, just for a second, what's the first image that pops into your head when I say the word hacker? I'm guessing, for most of us, thanks to decades of Hollywood and news headlines, it's probably not a very flattering picture.
Yeah, it's usually something like this, isn't it? Some lone wolf in a dark room, hoodie pulled low, just hammering away at a keyboard with that glowing green text on a black screen. They're breaking into a bank or a government system, for money or just to cause chaos.
But here's the twist. What if that exact same skill set, that deep curiosity, that technical talent, that knack for finding weaknesses, what if it could be used not to tear things down, but to build them up stronger? That's exactly what we're going to get into.
See, in the cybersecurity world, not all hackers are created equal, and the community has its really simple but kind of perfect way to tell them apart. It's like a story of 3 different colored hats.
And the difference couldn't be more clear. On one side, you've got your black hat hackers. These are the villains of the story, plain and simple. Their motives are all about personal gain, their actions are totally illegal, and they exploit weaknesses for their own benefit. But on the other side, you have the white hat hackers, our heroes. They are legally hired by companies with full permission to find those exact same problems and fix them before the bad guys even know they're there.
And then, things get a little murky with the gray hats. Just like the name suggests, they operate in a moral gray area. A gray hat hacker might find a flaw in a system without getting permission first, which, by the way, is still illegal, but then they'll report it to the owner. Sometimes they do it for the public good, but other times they might ask for a fee, and that can get really complicated really fast.
Okay, so let's get back to our white hats. The whole idea behind what they do is so powerful because they use the exact same mindset and skills as a malicious hacker, but they do it for defense. They are trying to break in, but only so they can show the company exactly where they need to board up the windows and strengthen the locks.
And this quote just nails it. It's all about thinking like your enemy, right? You can't possibly build a secure fortress if you don't understand all the clever ways someone might try to knock it down. So ethical hackers basically launch these simulated attacks to find all the weak spots first.
Now, the official name for this whole process is penetration testing, or just pen testing for short. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a fire drill, but for a company's data. It's a totally controlled, fully authorized, simulated cyber attack. The goal is to find every single exploitable weakness before a real fire or a real hacker can come in and cause total disaster. And this isn't just some chaotic, random clicking. No, it's a super structured process. A real pen test follows 5 distinct phases. It always starts with reconnaissance. That's just gathering information. Then comes scanning, where they find open doors and windows. After that, they move to gaining access, actually exploiting a weakness to get inside. Once in, they try maintaining access to see how far they can go. And then, and this part is critical, they finish by covering their tracks, cleaning up all evidence, just like a real attacker would.
So how do they actually do all this stuff? Well, just like a locksmith has a set of picks, an ethical hacker has a specialized toolkit full of powerful software. These are their digital lockpicks, their network scanners, their virtual crowbars.
I mean, there are literally hundreds of tools out there, but a few are absolute must-haves in the industry. We're talking about tools like Nmap for exploring the network, Wireshark for basically listening in on network traffic, and Burp Suite for digging into the security of websites and apps. Let's just zoom in on Nmap for a second. It stands for Network Mapper, and it's usually the first tool a hacker grabs. Think of it like sending a scout ahead on a digital map. It reports back on everything it finds. What computers are online, what services they're running, what kind of firewall defenses are up. It gives them a complete layout of the land.
Okay, so we've covered the who, the what, and the how. But let's talk about the most important question. Why does any of this actually matter? Well, it matters because pretty much everything in our lives, our money, our friendships, our critical infrastructure, it all runs on computer systems that need to be secure. Just thinking defensively is a good start, but it's not enough anymore. Being able to mentally switch sides, to put on that black hat and see your own systems the way an attacker does, well, that's what's truly game-changing. It shifts security from just a passive checklist to an active hunt for weaknesses. And the benefits are just massive.
This proactive approach finds and fixes security holes before criminals even know they exist. And that prevents those devastating data breaches, it saves companies millions of dollars, and it protects all of our sensitive personal information. It just makes an organization's security stronger from the ground up and helps them meet all sorts of critical safety standards.
And look, the need for people with these skills is absolutely exploding. We're talking a projected job growth of 33% for information security analysts in just a decade. That number screams that there's a huge, urgent demand for professionals who can think like a hacker in order to build better defenses for all of us.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. We all live in digital houses, we work in digital offices, we hang out in digital parks, and all of it is built on millions of lines of code. So the question is, who's checking the locks on all those digital doors? Who's making sure the windows are secure? The answer is the ethical hacker, the guardian of our grid.